I'm not gonna lie, Super Mario 64 is one hell of a game. It's also a pretty difficult game. It contains some of the most brutal stars in any Mario game. Many of the game's stars require a lot of endurance, and are just a pain to put up with. Some of them are so hard that they make me rage. That's why today I'll be ranking the top 10 hardest Super Mario 64 stars. This ranking will be based on how difficult each star is, how long they take to complete, and how much they make me angry. And keep in mind that I won't be including stars that are hard to find, since the only challenge is finding them. Now let's get to it. Number 10. Jolly Roger Bay 100 Coins. The first of several coin stars on this list. Jolly Roger Bay doesn't have a terribly difficult 100 coin star. The real challenge is finding them all. There are only 104 coins in the entire level, so if you miss a blue coin or don't pick up the coins from all the Goombas, this star becomes impossible. It really sucks when you're so close to reaching 100 coins, but then you can't get it because you missed too many earlier. And this becomes exponentially harder if you don't have the ship on the water, because then you can't get the 2 red coins on top. The only reason I put this star so high on the list is because none of the coins are that difficult to nab. It's just the fear of missing a few coins that makes this one a pain. Number 9. Big Penguin Race. I have a feeling a lot of you are going to disagree with me on this one, but I've never been good at the penguin race. I'm usually able to get a decent lead in the beginning, but I'm always passed up around the halfway point. And yeah, I know rubber banding's a thing, but it still sucks. The penguin is just so hard to get around, and can sometimes even knock you off the slide. You also can't use shortcuts of any kind, or else the penguin will call you out for cheating. Give me a break. With enough practice, this star isn't too bad, but I still don't like it. Number 8. Can the eel come out to play? I wish it didn't, because this eel makes me so mad. The eel is hiding in a cave, so you'll have to lure him out in order to get the star on his tail. Now there is an easy way to get the star, by nabbing the star right when it comes out, but you have to be pretty skilled in order to do that. Otherwise, this star becomes a nightmare. He waves his tail around so much that it's nearly impossible to grab it. I mean, just look at this! How am I supposed to grab that star? It almost feels like luck as to whether I get it or not. Now luckily, the eel does go back inside the cave after a while, so you can try the easy method again, but this star is just a pain to put up with. Number 7. Wing Cap Red Coins. Upon collecting 10 power stars, you'll discover this weird light coming from inside the castle ceiling, and when you look into that light, you immediately get shoved into this crappy level. You'll automatically start flying as Wing Mario, and he doesn't control that great. He doesn't turn too well, and moving up and down can be a bit disorienting. If you've played this game before, you know what I'm talking about. Now try managing all that while trying to collect some red coins. Yay! Sounds like fun! If you miss a coin, you'll have to start back over because you won't have enough time to collect the rest. And you have to be pretty accurate when collecting them because the hitboxes are really wonky. Luckily, trying again takes almost no time at all, so it won't take you long to get this one. It just sucks if you aren't that good with Wing Mario yet. Number 6. Stomp on the Thwomp. Ah, good old tick-tock clock. So much fun. Don't you all just love it? But seriously, this star makes me hate clocks because of how difficult it is. All you have to do is climb all the way up the clock. And it sucks. Don't get me wrong, I love a good challenge, but there's so much pressure here not to mess up. And if you fall off at any point, chances are that you'll die or have to redo most of the level. It really sucks when you're all the way at the top and you lose like 10 minutes worth of time just because you messed up one little jump. Getting on top of the Thwomp is rough too. Luckily I can skip that part with my awesome speedrunner skills. But even then, it doesn't help to make this star any more easy. Number 5. Elevate for 8 red coins. Now here's a star that makes me hate playing video games because it isn't fun and it takes way too long. All of the red coins are in a large room with the elevators. You'll get the first 4 by controlling the platform in order to get to the cork boxes containing the coins. But controlling it just doesn't feel right and it moves slow as hell. The other red coins are higher up in this level. You'll need to ride on a different elevator to get up there, but getting there can be a pain. I remember being stumped on how to get up there when I was a kid. This is one of those stars that literally no one likes and just ruins the overall experience. Number 4. Blast to the Lonely Mushroom. Now you may be wondering why I put this star on the list. since most people probably didn't find it too difficult. But that's because most people didn't do it the intended way. You see, you could just hop on this fly guy and float down to the star, but apparently that's wrong in Nintendo's eyes. What you're supposed to do is talk to this well-hidden Bob-omb buddy, so that he'll open up the cannon. Then you'll have to find the warp beneath the stage, which is on a very tiny mushroom, really obscure by the way. Next you'll shimmy your way across this ledge for what feels like forever, and then finally, you get one cannon shot to the star. And if you miss, then you have to do this whole thing over again. This star is so cryptic that I don't know a single person who's ever done it this way. Like seriously, what were they thinking when designing this star? Although most people are probably just gonna cheese it, the fact that the real way to do it is this obscure is just mind-boggling. Number 3. Tick-Tock Clock 100 coins. Looks like we're back in my favorite clock-themed level. Oh goody. This star is pretty similar to Stomp on a Thwomp, but you'll have to make even more crazy jumps. There aren't very many coins either, so you'll have to be careful not to miss any, or else you might get screwed. The coins are all really spread out too, so you'll have to go to every corner of the level to find them all. One thing that sucks about this star is that you'll need to get most of the red coins in order to stand a chance, and in order to do that, you'll have to stop the clock from moving. This makes it immensely harder to traverse the level since there aren't any moving platforms to help you. Like, look at the jumps I'm having to make! This star makes me feel like I'm playing a Kaizo hack, and that isn't a good thing. This star will definitely make you tick, and not just because you're on a clock. Number 2. Wing Mario Over the Rainbow. The title of this star sounds so happy and chipper, when in actuality, this star is cold and miserable. You'll use the wing cap to fly around all the different clouds collecting 8 red coins. The problem is that you can't always see where you need to land, making this star more difficult than it should be. And it doesn't help that all the clouds look the same, so half the time, you'll just fly to clouds you've already been to. And some of the coins require precise cannon shots, and combined with the wing cap, it really isn't that easy to aim where you're going. And if you fall off, at any point, you fall all the way to outside Peach's castle. Like, I understand getting kicked out of the level, but sending us this far away makes it really tedious to try again. I guess they were trying to make the game more realistic, but if that's the case, then Mario should have died when he fell into the water, because what the hell? But still, there's one star that tops even this one. Number 1. Rainbow Ride 100 coins. You knew this one was coming. Rainbow Ride is by far the hardest level in the game, and this star just takes it way too far. For one thing, the coins in this level are really spread out. It doesn't help that this level is already very big, and it could take quite a long time to get to all the areas. And this level was not designed for you to do that, because most of it is linear, and you get around by floating on the damn carpets. And when you get to your destination, there's really not a way back. In other words, you have to play like a god in order to get everywhere. I remember this one time when I made it on top of the big house, and I had only a few coins to go. The only problem was that there were no coins left up there, so I had to take a leap of faith and hope I landed on something. I don't remember exactly what happened, but I do remember that I died, and it was really frustrating. Also, you have to do several consecutive wall jumps in order to get all the blue coins, which is incredibly difficult, and if you mess up, you might as well start over. This star just takes so long to complete, and is so easy to mess up, that no other star comes close to this steaming pile of bullcrap! Now look, Mario 64 is still one of the best games of all time, no doubt about it. It still holds up incredibly well to this day. But you have to admit, some of these stars are pretty difficult and are just a slog to go through. These are honestly the only stars in the game that I just don't like because they aren't fun or are just too difficult. But with that, leave a comment down below telling me what your hardest Mario 64 stars are. And I have to get back to playing Sonic Spinball. Goodbye everybody.